Hey, it is 12 noon on Wednesday, means it's time for this week's episode of Ask the Instructor. Every Wednesday, 12 noon Eastern Time, we're live talking about the technical side of the real estate industry. And I know it seems like 2018 just flew by. We're just getting into 2019, and maybe you've had it on your mind about starting a real estate career. Well, that's what we're talking about today. Starting the new year with a new career, because it rhymes. But anyways, what we're talking about is not only the licensing requirements, which, I mean, that's we've got that all over our website, super easy, but going beyond that to getting out there and getting started really literally with a new career and all the tools and everything it is that we have to help you establish that new career. So I'm super excited to bring this to you. This is our primary purpose at at Tampa School of Real Estate, is to get you started on the right foot and make you successful. Our greatest joy is seeing students successful. So that's what we're talking about today. Starting the new year with a new career, the licensing requirements, how to study, how to get out there and actually make some money. Super excited. John Chrismo, Tampa School of Real Estate. You're watching Ask the Instructor.
You are watching Ask the Instructor. Absorb the knowledge. Become the expert.
Hey, welcome back to this week's episode of Ask the Instructor. I'm John Chrismo. This show is brought to you by the Tampa School of Real Estate. Every Wednesday, 12 noon Eastern Time, we're here live talking about the technical side of the real estate industry. And look, this is something already you could tune in every single week. If you're watching Ask the Instructor every Wednesday and State of Real Estate every Friday, you're already on the right track to starting a successful real estate career, because this is an industry of knowledge. Not only knowledge that's required to obtain the real estate license, but knowledge that's required to be successful in real estate. And we're here to help spread that knowledge, to spread the good word of real estate. But let's get started right with the requirements. So requirements, we'll just keep this super simple because this is a fairly straightforward process of just a few basic things it is that you need to have. So for the requirements to get a real estate license, number one, you got to be 18 years old. 18 years of age at least. If you're not quite 18 yet, you can still take the course with us, but the state of Florida is not going to give you the license until you're 18 years old. So you got to be 18 years of age. Number two, high school diploma or its equivalent. So if you've got any sort of equivalency to a high school diploma, even if this was a homeschooling, some sort of a verified, accredited homeschooling. I've never ran into somebody who hasn't been able to get their real estate license due to this requirement. You don't have to produce your diploma. I've never seen anybody or heard of anybody that's been asked to produce their diploma, and we've helped thousands of people get their real estate license. I don't have any official word as to whether they might someday ever ask for that, but to this day, for as long as we've been doing this, that's never been a question. But you do have to have a high school diploma or its equivalent. Now, the third thing it is you need to have is a social security number. Now, you do not have to be a resident. And you don't even have to be a citizen. You just need to have a high school diploma or its equivalent and a U.S. Social Security number. And you can get a Social Security number without being a Florida resident, without being a citizen of the United States. You can still get a Social Security number. So as long as you have that number, you're good. Now for course requirements, it's called Course 1, the pre-licensing Course 1. So you need pre-licensing course 1, and you need to pass 2 exams. You need to pass end of course exam and pass the state exam. These are both 100 question multiple choice exams. The end of course, you need a 70%. The state exam, you're going to need a 75%. You make those two scores on these 100 question ABCD multiple choice exams. Once you've already done your application, because you do have to do that application with the state of Florida prior to taking your state exam, as soon as you pass that state exam, you'll be issued a Florida real estate license. So just to recap these requirements quickly here, you got to be 18 years old. You've got to have a high school diploma or its equivalent. You have to have a social security number. Do not have to be a Florida resident. You do not have to be a U.S. citizen, but you do have to have a social security number. And as far as the education requirement goes, it's called Course 1, Pre-Licensing Course 1. We've got that course online as well as in the classroom. You can take it either or. You can get it done as quickly as 1 week in one of our classroom courses. We've got classrooms throughout the Tampa Bay area, or anywhere in the world you can take our online course, and that's an on-demand and self-paced course. You can work on it at any time from any internet-connectable device, your smartphone, your tablet, your computer, whatever it is. Super easy to get through this course. This course will teach you everything it is you need to know to pass these exams. It's designed to teach you the information you need to pass the exams. Now, for more details about this whole process of obtaining your real estate license, go to licencefl.com. So if you need more information about the licensing steps, the requirements, licencefl.com. That's actually a page right on our Tampa School of Real Estate website, which gives you the full breakdown of all of this. All kinds of frequently asked questions about getting your real estate license, even if you have a criminal background, how that changes the process slightly and whatnot. It's got links to the courses if you need to get enrolled in one of those. So again, that's licencefl.com. There's a whole explaining video in there and everything like that. So that's everything requirement-wise that you're going to need. Now, next thing I want to transition into is passing your exam, because this is something a lot of people struggle with, and this should not be a reason that you're not able to get your real estate license. There's no reason why the exam should stand in your way of obtaining your real estate license. So for passing your exam, we've created what's called the Pass First Try strategy. And the Pass First Try strategy is 4 steps that walk you through the framework of being able to pass both the class and state exam. And depending on where it is that you're at in this process, will tell you what it is that you need to do to make sure you're ready to pass your real estate exam. And we've got a lot more details on that at passfirsttry.com. So passfirsttry.com, it breaks down the Pass First Try strategy. It's 4 steps. Number 1, you learn the information. Number 2, you review the information along the way. Number 3, you test your knowledge. And then number 4, you've got to be confident and prepared. And we've got study tools for each one of these steps. Learning the information, that's what you're going to be doing in the course. Number 1, you're learning the information in the course. So you learn the information by taking the course, but now the trick is learning isn't remembering. You have to ensure that you're going to remember the information. And both of our courses, our classroom and online course, are designed to really teach the information in the most memorable way possible and ensure that you are learning the material. But things happen that can derail this whole process, whether it's timing of when taking the course to taking your state exam. It could be just, maybe you're not a good test taker. Look, with this exam, the more it is that you know this material, the easier this exam gets. I tell people that have really been studying a lot, hey, look, don't freak yourself out. Don't second guess yourself when you have spent a lot of time studying this material if it seems too easy. Because this exam is not a test of how smart you are. It's not a test of your intelligence or your IQ. It's a test of whether or not you know the information that's taught in the course. What the Florida Real Estate Commission, and these are the people who design this whole licensing process and determine what needs to be tested on the exam, what their goal is to ensure that you have a minimal competence of real estate laws and dealings, that you know what the laws are and what it is that you need to do to stay legal in the state of Florida when practicing real estate. That's the number one concern of the Florida Real Estate Commission for the pre-licensing course, and that's what they're testing you on. But what they're trying to do with this exam is weed out the people that have actually studied and reviewed this material from the people that are just trying to fake their way through it, that, are just trying to use test strategy and exam strategy to try to pass this exam. And exam strategy can give you a slight edge on this exam, but you can't rely on that as the sole way to pass this exam. It really comes back to making sure you know this information. And if you know this information, super easy to pass this exam. But making sure that you can remember that and regurgitate it on the exam, that's why we've got the pass first try strategy, because you're required to learn this information. Now, you might have heard these ominous statistics about the state exam, and then only 50% of the people pass on their first try, and that is absolutely correct. Throughout the state of Florida, there's thousands of people that take the real estate exam every month, and only about 50% on average. Sometimes it's as low as 47 or 48%, maybe as high as like 51 or 52%, but it's typically about 50% of the people pass their exam, which means the other half, they don't pass. And then when it comes to repeat test takers, it's usually only about a third, only about 33% or so of the people taking this on a second attempt or third attempt or whatever number of attempt it may be. If it's not their first time, only a 33% pass rate. And so it comes back to, if you only do this first step of learning the information, you're going to have a really difficult time passing the exam. But that's why we created the pass first try strategy. So the second step is to reinforce along the way. And what you're reinforcing are simple key concepts. There's a lot of information to learn in the pre-licensing course. In the classroom, it's like a 500-600 page textbook that you're going through in this course. But look, the thing is, you don't need to know everything. You don't need to remember every last detail of the course. It's important concepts, important laws, important rules that you do need to remember, that you do need to memorize in order to be successful on this exam. So our second step is all about getting those important key concepts memorized. And ideally, you're doing this while you're going through the course. You're progressing through the course, and as you progress deeper into the course, you're going back and making sure that you're reviewing and reinforcing that information that you've already learned. You're reinforcing along the way. Along the entire way leading up to your exam, you're reinforcing those key concepts. Third step, testing your knowledge. Now, when people study for the real estate exams, they're probably doing this. They're reinforcing some information. Now, when you do study, when you do review what's in your textbook, what's in the flashcards that we give you in the pre-licensing course, what's in the PowerPoints that we give you, and all this information, that's going to have the key concepts in there, and you want to keep it simple. It's easy to remember simple things. The more complicated and more detailed you make it, the more difficult it's going to be to remember. But now your exam, it will have complicated, detailed concepts on there, and that's why you need to test your knowledge. You want to simulate that exam environment to see if you really do know what you're talking about, if you're able to take these simple concepts and apply them in a more complex question. Now, when you're working with practice questions, the number one mistake, and I don't want to get too in detail on this because there's a lot of other stuff I do want to talk about once you've got your license for starting your real estate career, but testing your knowledge is so important because this is going to show you if you know what you need to know to pass the exam. If you go through an exam and this is the first time you've seen those questions and you do well, you should be in good shape to take the state exam and should be able to pass that as long as you're seeing similar questions on there. Now, there's a large bank that they pull from, so really test your knowledge pretty thoroughly to make sure that you're ready. But what's going to happen when you test your knowledge is you're going to get some questions wrong, and that's perfectly okay. What those wrong answers do is they give you an opportunity to correct your knowledge, to correct your misunderstandings, and remember the things that you forgot. So testing your knowledge is there to test, but you don't want to study exam questions. The last thing you want to do is try to memorize exam questions because I guarantee you, you might see a similar question, but you're not going to see an identical question to what's on the state exam. And if there is a question that you know is out there that's floating around that the general public knows about, the Florida Real Estate Commission, they're constantly reviewing this test every single month and seeing what questions too many people are getting right. That's how they maintain these ratios of pass rates. So if too many people are getting it right, they pull it, maybe they revise it, maybe they just delete it from the question bank altogether. So look, the goal here again isn't to study the questions, it's not to memorize the questions, it's to use the questions to see if you need to go back and review those key concepts more. Now, fourth step here is to be confident and prepared. Because if you're confident, you're probably prepared. So you've got to be confident and prepared. If you've gone through everything else, if you learned the information, you reinforced it, and you tested your knowledge, and you're feeling good, and you're feeling ready to go take the exam, but then you go take the exam and you start second-guessing yourself, the exam is designed with wrong answers that'll sound more correct to a common person, to somebody who hasn't studied this material, to somebody who does not have knowledge of what you learn in the pre-licensing course. There's wrong answers that'll appeal more to somebody who hasn't studied that material, and that's why so many people will have a hard time passing this exam, because the answers will sound correct unless you know the material and you're confident that you know the material. But even if you do know the material, if you're not confident you know the material, you're likely to second guess yourself. So you want to be confident and prepared as well. So passfirsttry.com, that breaks this whole process down. It's got all of our recommended study tools for each step along the way. And you got to do a little bit of self-assessment here and say, okay, I do need to review these key concepts some more. Or maybe you've already done review of the key concepts. Okay, now how can I test my knowledge? How can I ensure that I can apply these concepts in the questions like you'll see on the exam? And this should be an enlightening process, but this is the methodology that you want to use when you're studying. This is the framework, the steps, the progression in order to be ready, to be confident and prepared for the exam. So more information is available for that at passfirsttry.com. Now, once you go through all this, you pass your exam, now you've got a real estate license. But now what do we do with that real estate license at this point here? Well, with your real estate license, when you're initially issued this license, you can't practice real estate independently, not as a sales associate. Once you've got at least 2 years of experience, you could get a broker license. And we'll talk about that as well, because that's further down progressing your real estate career and growing it more. But once you have your real estate license, you've got to choose a broker to register your license with. You've got to do some things to generate some sales. Look, I'll be honest with you. Having the real estate license, it's when you pass your exam, and this is going to seem silly when I say this, but you pass your exam, there's not going to be an ad in the paper that says, John Carissimo just got his real estate license. Call him today to sell your home. Now, maybe you put that ad there, but that advertisement, that notice to the world isn't going to be there. People aren't checking on the DBPR website every day to see who got their real estate license so they could call them and tell them, oh yeah, I want to sell my house. There will be people calling you off of that list, but it's going to be people wanting to sell you stuff. And what happens is there's so many businesses that make money and profit off of the real estate industry. And that's okay, as long as these are part of your plan. Now, you could be pulled in so many different directions once you've got your real estate license. Now, the pre-licensing course, you do learn a lot. But these are laws and rules and basic frameworks of practicing real estate. It's not skills about how to sell people and how to close deals and whatnot, which is important stuff that you still need to know. Now, if you already have a sales background, good, that's going to come natural to you. But you still need to learn the things that are specific to real estate, like presenting a listing contract and showing homes and trying to close buyers as quickly as possible. And what a lot of agents do, and look, I personally went through this myself. When I got my real estate license, I didn't know what to do. I was pulled in so many different directions. When I had my first appointments, I was just scatterbrained. I didn't know what steps I needed to go through. But so I use trial and error. And what happens is you make a lot of mistakes when you use trial and error. So what you want to do is take something that is tried and true. You want to take skills, processes, and knowledge that already exist and follow those steps. Just like we created the path, there's a lot of ways to study. But the most effective way to study for your real estate exam is with our Pass First Try strategy. So that's why we created that. And there's already something that exists that you have to do, and we call this post-licensing. So your post-licensing course you have to do by your first renewal deadline. The Florida Real Estate Commission requires that you take this course by your first renewal deadline. And if you don't have it completed by your first renewal deadline, your license becomes what's called null and void, which means it doesn't exist anymore. If you want to get that license back, you've got to start all the way from the beginning, go through the whole licensing process, redo your applications, redo your fingerprints, retake the course, study again for the exam, pass that exam again. And only then do you still have to do post-licensing still. So this has to be done by your first renewal deadline. It's a requirement by the Florida Real Estate Commission. You lose your license if you don't complete this course. And that's the way a lot of agents will look at post-licensing. Almost everyone you'll talk to, they look at post-licensing as a requirement that needs to be done before your deadline. If you're to ask people in real estate, hey, what's post-licensing? It's a requirement you've got to do before your deadline. You got to do it before your license expires for your first expiration. And that's 100% correct. But post-licensing is really so much more than that. Just like when you walk into the pre-licensing course, you're going to walk out with a lot more additional knowledge that you did not have going into the pre-licensing course. Now, the pre-licensing course, again, is geared around the information you need to know to pass your real estate exam. It's not information about how to be successful in real estate, it's how to be legal in real estate. That's what the Florida Real Estate Commission is going to test you on, how to be legal in real estate. But when has staying legal, when is being legal something that makes you money? It doesn't. Being legal is something you have to do, but just because you can comply with the laws doesn't mean you're going to make money. That's where post-licensing comes in. This is there to guide you now that you have the license. Okay, this is things you need to do. This is how you farm a market. This is how you advertise to a particular area to cultivate business. That's what's farming. You learn about business planning, how to plan how much money it is that you want to make, and then breaking down what steps, what actions are going to be required for how much money it is that you want to make, what your income goals actually are. Now, you might already want to do something like this. Okay, yeah, a $300,000 house, a 3% commission on that, that's $9,000. Cool, so I just need to sell one house to make $9,000. Correct. But now what do you do to sell that one house? What actions do you need to take? How do you find that client in the first place that wants to buy that house? And there's a lot of sources of business that are out there. You have the friends and family around you, your sphere of influence, but you'll quickly go through them because your sphere of influence is limited. It's going to be your most limited source of clients. Now, these are the best return on investment typically because these are people that already know you and trust you. But then where do you go? How do you get additional business? What if none of your friends and family need real estate right now? They don't need to buy or sell right now. Then what do you do? Well, that's where you need to get outside of your sphere of influence in order to find business. And that's where you get into farming. That's where you get into digital marketing. That's where you get into building relationships with clients. And these are the actions that you take to ultimately get houses sold and not just sell one house, not just make $9,000, but maybe make $90,000, maybe make $900,000. Look, it's possible. It's just going to require significantly more action. And what starts this all is knowing what amount of actions it is that you need to take. Don't make the mistakes that a lot of agents do by underestimating the amount of action that's required in order to produce results in real estate. And where do you learn about this stuff? You learn about it in post-licensing. We've got a website set up for this as well. It's postflorida.com. So postflorida.com is all about post-licensing, what it is that you're going to learn in post-licensing, when it is that you should take it, which is as soon as you get your real estate license. This is information, just like going into your pre-licensing course, you're going to walk out of it knowing more than you did going into it. You're going to walk out of post-licensing knowing more than you did going into it. But now the difference is with post-licensing. In post-licensing, the syllabus is different based on the course that the school is offering. Every school doesn't have the same post-licensing course. The pre-licensing course, it's all the same information that you're going to be learning one way or another about passing your real estate exam, about what information you need to know to pass your real estate exam. But when it comes to actually making money in real estate, that's where post-licensing, how to take advantage of the MLS, how to really do all kinds of things, how to have appointments, how to farm markets, how to plan for how much of these actions it is that you need to take. Even if you're working in real estate part-time, there is money to be made. How would you like to have another $9,000 this year added to your income? Maybe you like the job it is that you currently have, but you just don't make enough money. We've had tons of people that are firefighters, police officers, EMTs, people that are retired that they don't want to, be a real estate agent full-time, but they're just looking to make some extra money in their spare time. If you give yourself a $9,000 raise for the year, What could you do with that? What kind of changes could you make in your lifestyle just from selling that one $300,000 house at a 3% commission? That's the $9,000 that we're talking about. And that's not something out of the ordinary or crazy. $300,000, that's an average priced home in Hillsborough County. It's like $280,000, but we'll round it up to $300,000. So there's so much opportunity that's out there. And look, you don't have to dive headfirst into this. You could tiptoe into this. You could work your way into this. But the difference is you need to constantly seek out the knowledge it is that you're going to need to be successful in real estate. And again, watching these shows, Ask the Instructor every Wednesday, 12 noon Eastern Time, we're here to cover the technical side of real estate. On Fridays, we have State of Real Estate, which is our more of a mastermind growth type of live stream. And we do that every Friday, 12 noon Eastern Time as well. So Wednesdays and Fridays, 12 noon, you need to be here, you need to be watching this. If you're watching it live, you could ask questions. You could get your questions answered. If you're watching the recording, drop a comment in and we'll still try to answer all of these questions after the show as well. But look, this is just the tip of the iceberg for information. That's why we do these courses for free, because we have so much more information to offer as part of our actual paid courses. And not only is there more information, but it's a structured curriculum. You know, there's hundreds of videos now that we have on Ask the Instructor to State of Real Estate. And outside of what's offered by Tampa School of Real Estate, there's millions of videos online about different real estate topics and tools. But look, you don't want to be pulled in every direction possible. You need to have a finite curriculum that says do this, do this, do this, do this, do this, do this, and do this. And these are the things you need to do, and focus on doing these things and make these things work, and then you could tweak it, then you could change it, then you could kind of find ways to fine tune it. But look, when you go into real estate, when you're brand new to real estate, the last thing you want to do is rely on trial and error, because you're going to make significantly more errors than you want to. You want tried and true. You want to do what works, work through that, make that work, because it will work. But then you could absolutely fine-tune that, refine it, make it work more for you, but stick with what works first, and then you can make your changes. And to find out what works, to have that structured curriculum of what works, post-licensing. And not only is this going to help you make money in real estate, but it's a requirement. You need to take a post-licensing course. You need to complete 45 hours of post-licensing, otherwise you're going to lose your real estate license. So why wait to do that? Get it as soon as possible. Before you even choose a broker to hang your license with, do post-licensing. Because we get this question a lot. Well, what broker should I choose? What makes a good broker? Well, that depends. What are you looking to do in your real estate business? Oh, I want to sell houses. Great. How do you want to sell houses? Who are your clients going to be? How are you going to find these clients? Oh, I don't know. Those are great questions. Yes, they are great questions, and you want to know the answer to this before you commit to choosing a real estate broker, because once you know what it is you're trying to get out of the real estate business, the broker it is you should hang your license with, it'll be a lot more evident. It'll be a lot more clear, and you'll know that you're making a good choice. You'll know the questions to ask, because you'll know more about how to make money in real estate. So that's post-licensing. Now, maybe after post-licensing, you want to go out and open your own brokerage. You could do that after 2 years of experience. So you go out and collect 2 years of experience. So you go get 2 years of experience. I don't know what happened at the end of that word there. Experience. And then you could become a broker. And becoming a broker, it opens the door to even more possibilities. The number one being that you could open your own brokerage. You don't have to hang your license with another real estate broker. You could open your own real estate brokerage. You call it whatever you want. John Sells Houses Incorporated. The best real estate in the business incorporated. Whatever. Real estate realty. You be creative, a lot more creative in those names I'm picking up with, but you could start your own brokerage. And not only are you able to work independently then, but you could actually build out your own team. Your own team, and you're running the show now as a broker. And let's say maybe you're not ready to do this, but it's an option you like to have, a possibility that you'd like to keep, a door you'd like to keep open. You could get your broker license and still work with your current broker. We've got a whole guide on this at upgradeToBroker.com. So upgradeToBroker.com, you learn about running a real estate brokerage, and maybe you don't want to be a broker yet. Maybe you're not ready to make the switch and the jump into becoming a broker, but it's something that you'd like to do. You'd like to have that door there. You could get your broker license and be what's called a broker associate. You have a broker license, but you're an associate of another broker. So you're still working with that same broker, but you now have the opportunity anytime you want to start your own brokerage. And you could just call yourself a broker associate. This might impress your clients. Now, chances are, I'll be honest with you, your clients might not know what a broker associate is or that it's better than a sales associate, but who will know that that's better than a sales associate is the other agents it is that we work with. And look, there's a lot of great agents out there, but there's one thing that's true about real estate professionals is that probably 99% of them are know-it-alls and that they know everything about real estate, or at least they think they know everything about real estate. And so when you know that you're in the right and whoever it is that you're cooperating with in the transaction has a little bit of a misunderstanding of what they should be doing or how this should be done or what is even legal, you being a broker associate as opposed to just a sales associate, you're now a higher level licensee compared to them. Look, we're going to take a quick commercial break. When we come back, we're just going to recap all this, so stick with us. I'm John Chrismo. You're watching Ask the Instructor. If you've been thinking about real estate, look, in this current market, it's hard not to. There's so many opportunities that exist out there for residential real estate, commercial real estate, business brokerage, property management. I mean, it's ridiculous how much opportunity lies from having a real estate license. So look, if you've been thinking about getting a real estate license, I mean, it's minimal cost compared to starting other careers and starting other businesses to get into this. So I urge you to check it out and give it a try. I mean, even if you're just using your license for personal use, you've got huge, immense benefits there. Go to this link. It's licensefl.com. That's licensefl.com. Put that link in the description. It's got your step-by-step guide to get a Florida real estate license. And look, check it out. Give us a call. We're here to answer any questions it is that you have, and go out there and make some money.
Does your current career allow for unlimited income potential? With a career in real estate, the sky is the limit. What you put in is what you get out. Find out more about how you can tap into the unlimited income potential of a career in real estate at tampaschool.com. Did you know that statewide only about 50% of test takers pass their state exam on the first try? At the Tampa School of Real Estate, we've broken down passing class and state exams into 4 simple steps: learning the information, reinforcing the information, testing your knowledge, and being confident and prepared. View the details of the full strategy at passfirsttry.com. That's passfirsttry.com.
Hey, if you're enjoying the show today, which I'm sure you are, be sure to hit like, subscribe, post your comments, share with your friends and family. Thank you guys so much for watching. Hey, welcome back to this week's episode of Ask the Instructor. I'm John Chrisman. This show is brought to you by the Tampa School of Real Estate every Wednesday, 12 noon Eastern Time. We're here live, helping you understand the technical side of the real estate industry. And really what we're talking about today is this whole process of starting, but really we've progressed even just beyond starting your real estate career, but now growing your real estate career into something bigger than yourself. We started off just talking about the requirements to obtain your real estate license, and that's all available at licensefl.com. So licensefl.com has the full breakdown of all the requirements to get your real estate license, the steps, the courses, the fingerprinting, the application, scheduling your state exam, all that can be found right at licensefl.com. Now, for passing your exam, we've got a whole guide, a whole strategy set up to help you do exactly that. That's at passfirsttry.com. Again, those 4 steps are: number 1, learn the information; number 2, reinforce along the way; number 3, test your knowledge; and number 4, be confident and prepared. And we've got tools for each and every one of those steps, so check that all out. That's at passfirsttry.com. Now, once you pass your exam, you'll have a real estate license, and at this point, you need to do a couple things before you'd actually start making money in real estate. Number one, really one thing you've got to do is join a brokerage. So again, sales associates, they cannot work independently. Like we said, if you want to become a broker, you can, but first you've got to accrue 2 years of experience working under broker. So in the meantime, you've got to choose a broker to register your license with. But before you choose a broker, because there's a lot of different brokers out there, and these brokers are not all the same. There is no brokerage that is a one-size-fits-all for every real estate licensee. There's different brokerages, different strokes for different folks, as they like to say. Different brokerages that are better for different types of agents. Maybe you're just looking to work part-time. There's some brokers that don't even take part-time agents. Most of them will. But then there's some brokerages that will specialize in working with people that are brand new to real estate, as opposed to brokerages that are more for seasoned agents that already know what it is that they're doing. And in each of those categories, there's all kinds of different options for brokerages with different levels of commission splits, and maybe they charge fees for different things and different things that are included. But maybe some of these things that they're charging you for that are included are things that you don't even need, because that wouldn't be part of your business. So it all comes back to knowing about how to make money in real estate, what it is you need to do to make money in real estate before you even choose a broker to commit to. So once you've got your license, as soon as you got your license, this should be right there, part of immediately post licensing, immediately after you've obtained your license, is completing your post-licensing requirement. We've got more information on that at postflorida.com. And again, this is a completely different style of course than your pre-licensing course. The pre-licensing course is all about studying the laws that you need to know to be legal, so you could pass your exam, but also so you know you practice real estate legally. That's important as well. Being able to pass that exam is showing that you have minimal competence in how to practice real estate legally. But now let's move on to making money, how to make money, how to farm an area, how to find clients, what actions you need to take to produce what type of income it is that you want. And that information is all covered in our post-licensing course. So check out postflorida.com. Now, say once you've got those 2 years of experience, you want to become a broker, you could do that. You could open your own brokerage. You could hire other agents. You could grow bigger than yourself. Now, you can start a team in real estate without being a broker, but then you still are under the supervision and direction of your managing broker. And that usually comes at a price. If you want to be truly independent and truly be able to work independently without anybody except for the Florida Real Estate Commission, really, in the law of saying what you can and can't do, that's where you want to be a broker. And then again, you could recruit your own agents, you could build your own teams, you could really, again, build something larger than yourself. And there's just so many more options and possibilities when you're a broker. So you can find out more about that at upgradeToBroker.com. Same deal, we've got classroom courses of that, online courses of that. We've got it where you can complete that broker course in as little as 1 week. So check out upgradetobroker.com. Look, that's about all the time it is that we've got for today. But before we go, I do want to leave you with one more link. It's tampaschool.com/success. tampaschool.com/success. This is what we like to call our Success Center. And this has all of our episodes of Ask the Instructor, all of our episodes of State of Real Estate, all available on demand. You could tune in and watch any one of those videos any time of day, any time of night, on any device. tampaschool.com/success. Now, this is all available for free right on there. We've got articles, calculators, tools, because we want to see you being successful in real estate. Even if you didn't get your real estate license with us, but maybe you're looking at doing a post-licensing course, we want to be the school that you choose to do your post-licensing course with, because we know that we've got the best programs, the best courses, the best tools out of any real estate school that's out there. Really, there's no comparison to Tampa School of Real Estate, and we want to make you a believer in that as well. So check out tampaschool.com/success. No obligation. Go on there, watch whatever it is that you want, learn some things to go make some money, and even if you didn't take your course with us, you're going to be sending all of your friends and family to Tampa School of Real Estate, because you will become a believer in what it is that we do. So check that out as well, tampaschool.com/success. You could also give us a call. We've got advisors standing by. We're here today We could answer your questions, 813-333-2676. We could help you find the right course, understand the study tools that we have to offer, walk you through the process of obtaining your real estate license. Give us a call. We're specialists in this. We're the professionals in this. We know what it is that we're doing. We've helped thousands of people obtain their real estate license this year alone. Just in 2018, we plan to do the same thing, and then some in 2019 as well. And we'd like to see you be part of those thousands. So thank you guys for tuning in today. Thank you for watching. I'll see you Friday for State of Real Estate. Hey, so if you're thinking about starting a real estate career, it could feel a little overwhelming sometimes. Look, that's completely understandable. That's why we're here to help. If you haven't already, check out our Success Center, tampaschool.com/success, or if you don't even know where to begin, give us a call. We'd love to help you out. We've got advisors standing by to answer any questions you have and assist you in any way it is that we can. Our phone number is 813-928-0106. Again, that's 813-928-0106. Give us a call. We're the Tampa School of Real Estate.
Do you want a career that allows you to be in control? With a career in real estate, you'll get to call the shots. Whether you're looking at starting part-time or want to become the next top agent, a career in real estate makes it possible. Find out what it takes at tampaschool.com. Do you want to incorporate studying for your real estate exams into your busy schedule? Now you can review the key topics you need to know to pass your class and state exams with our MP3 audio review. Simply pop in your headphones or connect to your car to reinforce crucial information while you exercise or drive. Listen to the first unit for free at mp3audioreview.com. That's mp3audioreview.com.
Are you thinking about a career in real estate? Hey, I'm John Chrisma with the Tampa School of Real Estate, and we've helped thousands of people just like you obtain their real estate license. If you're thinking about a career in real estate, give us a call. The phone number is 813-928-0106. Our advisors are standing by to answer any questions you have and assist you in any way they can. Hey, if you're enjoying the show today, which I'm sure you are, be sure to hit like, subscribe, post your comments, share with your friends and family. Thank you guys so much for watching.